7 equals 2. So just in the chat box, just write down what operation I should do. Like one of these 4 operations. Do we add or subtract or multiply or divide? Or if you, or do, what number are you going to add or subtract or multiply or divide? So for the first one, we should, well, you can type in the chat box. That's what you plan to do. In order to get the x by itself. Subtract Kirby, why in this case we don't need a divide, right, Charles? Right, because
no, I mean divide for the next problem.
Oh, the second. Okay.
Yeah, my bad.
Right, you guys are ahead of me. Okay, great. Okay, yes, both are correct then. That's right. I got confused for a little bit. Okay, yes. So can you tell me? Yeah, just Charles. Yes. So you said subtract for the first one. So what number are you gonna subtract?
I'm going to subtract 7 from each one.
Yes, from both sides. Very good. Thank you. So I'm gonna separate it. I'm gonna try to draw a line to separate. When you do the homework, you don't need to do that because I want you to see clearly every single time we do a operation, it's always exactly the same for both sides. Okay, on the left side of the green line, on the right side, exactly the same thing. So yes, so if you have plus, you do minus, so you get rid of that. Yeah, get rid of that 7. Use the color. So I'm gonna get rid of 7, so I end up with the x equals -5. 2 minus 7 is -5. Okay, Kirby. So second one is divide. What? How divide by what number?
You divide by the 7.
Yes. Okay. So because between 7x there's nothing, that means multiplication. So we're gonna do to reverse that multiplication. We gotta do subtraction. Oh, sorry. I mean division. Okay. So we divide both sides by 7, and that's top 7 cancels the bottom 7. We learned that. If you go back to look at your homework too, we practiced that, how to simplify anything with the variable in there, right? So number cancels number, and we're just left with the variable x, and on the right-hand side, 2/7. It's already simplified, so you don't have to change it to decimal or anything. So this is good. A fraction can be an answer. Okay, questions? So next, so here you can see we did a subtraction and a division. A third one, that's a little more difficult because it has fractions. Okay, so I noticed in the homework too, and again, your grades are posted on Blackboard. In homework too, some students still, not many, maybe 1 or 2, still had trouble with addition, subtraction of fractions. So if you still have trouble, make sure you watch the recorded class video. So it's usually I try to post it after Thursday's class, so you can go back to watch that part. You don't have to watch the whole video, but watch addition, subtraction of fractions. Okay. All right. So first of all, let's decide what operation we're gonna do for the first one here. For the first one, we can, let's focus on the first one. In order to get y by itself, what operation should we do? Multiply for the first one. Are you sure, Bailey? We want to get rid of what? We want to get rid of this. So y can be by itself, right? And if you look at that, what operation do you see there? Yeah. See, that's a minus, right? So if you remember, even if it's a fraction, I think maybe, I think Bailey, maybe you're trying to do something a little different. Okay. Oh, multiply. Oh, that's actually for multiplication. Okay, Bailey. I will give you. Yeah, we will have examples later. So the way the one you're trying to solve should be y times -3/4. Okay. If it's y times -3/4, yes, yeah, you will multiply by what you said. But here, oh, yeah, actually should be flipped 4/3. But right here, we don't have parentheses around the -3/4, which means the operation here is just a subtraction, not multiplication, and not times. So remember the tip that I gave you. If you have between the unknown and the other number, if it's subtraction, we do addition. When do we multiply if it's division? But there's something a little different I will have to talk about later. So right now, so yes, we will add. Okay. All right. Yes. So do pay attention, like with and without parentheses, it does make a difference. So we're gonna add 3/4. Well, add one number, whatever number you see. Okay. We have been using whole numbers because it's easier, but you could get fractions. So we're gonna add 3/4 to both sides. Okay, whatever number you have. So this will cancel that. I don't have to actually subtract them because I know any number 3/4 minus 3/4, 3/4 minus 3/4 definitely cancel out, get 0. We get a y on the left. On the right hand side, 1/5 plus 3/4. We already learned how to add fractions, right? What will be the answer? Be careful, don't add straight across, okay? So if you still tend to do that, please don't say it's 1 plus 3 over 5 plus 4. No, okay, that's incorrect. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. So I saw Kirby already got the answer. Okay, very good. Kirby, can you tell us what you did to get that answer?
I found the common multiple of the denominators.
Yes, which is?
And I got 20, so I times the 5 by 4, and then the 1 by the 4.
Yes, and then the other one you?
And then for the 3/4, I times the 4 by the 5, and then the 3 by the 5.
Yes. And then, what do you do next?
So then it equals to 4 plus 15, which is 19, and then the denominators equal 20, so it's 19 over 20.
Okay, yes, very good. All right, so again, the rule for adding fractions, it's not adding straight across. We do have the rule for multiplication, not for addition. I explained in class why not, okay? I used the money to help you, but maybe you can go back if you still think we can add a straight across, and if you want to understand, again, I'm telling you, you cannot do that. And if you wonder why we cannot add straight across, and go back to watch that class video. I believe it was that first week or second week? Either first, or second week. So we have to, in order to add, we must have the same denominator. So that's why what Kirby did is to find the least common denominator, which is 20, and you will try to convert 5 to 20 and 4 to 20. So in order to get 20 from 5, we times by 4. In order to get 20 from 4, we times by 5. So that's how we end up with these two new fractions. They look different, but these two are equivalent. 1/5, 1/5, and 4/20, they're equivalent. I also drew pictures in class to explain to you why these are equivalent. So if you forgot, you wanted to know why, you can also go back to watch the video. So once you get the matching denominators, we still not going to add straight across. We only add the 4 and the 15. We don't add 20 and 20. You keep it, okay? So that gives you 19 over 20. So that would be the final answer for y, okay? All right, the next one is a little tricky. By the way, any question for this one, fractions here? So I know it's always a little hard when we do something involving fractions. Okay, so the next one, -8 minus n. So every example that I'm giving you here is very similar to the problem in your homework, section 3.1. So like, I think the first one is really similar to the first question. This is similar to the second one. This would be similar to the third one. This is similar to the fourth one. So -8 minus n equals 20. Okay, so what should we do for this problem? What operation can we do? Any idea? Addition, okay. So what do we add? We add what number? We add 8, yes, very good. Okay, I saw Hannah and Kirby. Okay, so we're gonna add 8 both sides. After we add 8, because we want to get rid, the reason we add 8 is because we want to get rid of this -8, and we reverse -8 by doing plus. So that will cancel that. So we get -n equals 28. Okay, I think this is a little, it's something we, yeah, actually in this section, I was gonna just give you one step questions, but looks like this one we have to do 2 steps. So what are we gonna do to, because it seems like, oh, we got an n by itself, but there's a little minus sign in front of it, okay? So we have to get rid of the minus sign. How do we get rid of the minus sign?
You times both sides by -1.
Yes, okay, very good. So the minus sign there, you could think of it as -1 times n, okay? Because -1 times n is -n. So in order to get rid of -1 multiplication, right, we do division. Because this multiplication, to reverse multiplication, we do division. And -1 divided by -1 will give us 1. So any number divided by itself, it's 1. And that's going to just give us an n on the left and -28 on the right. Okay, so this one we did have to do 2 steps. Okay.
I thought you'll get n for 11 because it's a -20.
-20.
Yeah, it has n minus 20.
Wait, where'd you get a -20?
On my screen, it says -8 minus n minus 20.
Oh, is that? It's actually, yeah, I don't know why. Actually, it's an equal sign.